All right,
Alright.
I'm recording. All right,
Okay,
welcome to the NFL Power Rankings for July.
yeah, same. I'm with Z Money 87. It's my first video actually on my Daddy Fits channel. So yeah. Um. All right. This is probably gonna age horribly, but okay.
Yeah,
Do you want to go first?
don't do anything with this. It's probably gonna be terrible.
Oh yeah. Do you want to
Uh,
go first?
sure. My 32 is the Texans because they suck and they don't even know who their
Yeah.
quarterback is. They're like, who are they gonna start? They're gonna start like that
They
one
didn't even
dude.
get anything for. Yeah, they didn't even get anything for JJ Watt either.
Oh yeah, they
Uh,
just released him. They didn't even
they
trade him.
lost everything. They lost everything.
They're gonna.
Um. Bill O'Brien ruined their franchise, and I should just say it because my 32 is also the Texans. I feel like it's pretty obvious,
Yeah.
right? Like, so yeah, my 32 is also the Texans. They got rid of maybe their best player ever, DeAndre Hopkins. No, it's not. They had the Andre Johnson, but uh, like second best player ever, DeAndre Hopkins. They just got rid of for not even a first round pick
Yeah, they got a
in the
second
prime of
round
his
pick.
career.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Texans are terrible. I feel like everyone knows that. Okay, 31.
Lions. The Lions, they traded away their quarterback. They like downgraded at quarterback. They don't have any receivers.
Yeah, I can't
Um,
name you a Lions receiver to be honest with you.
they have no receivers. So, um, yeah, but they have a good offensive line. So I suppose you hope that they can like throw the ball because they have like no one's gonna sack them. So they
They
yeah,
didn't
but
have
they
that
have
good of an O line. Like
but
What they have Frank Ragnow, and that's about it.
well they also drafted Sewell.
Penny Sewell, they got Penny Sewell. That was a steal, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, they had an
so
all right draft.
but yeah, they had a pretty good draft, but I think they're it's not going to be a very good year for them this year.
Weirdly, my 31 is also the Lions. Yeah, Jared Goff, what he's good for like what he was good 1 year. He sucked every other time. The only line receiver I can tell you is their fifth round pick, Amon-Ra St. Brown. So the
Yeah,
lines are terrible. It's always been that way. This year they can. I don't understand how they can actually have a shot at winning a game, but you know. Okay, 31.
all right. 30 is the New York Jets. Um, honestly, I don't know a lot about the Jets. I mean, they have their new quarterback, but I didn't really think quarterback was that big of an issue for the Jets. I didn't think they really needed a quarterback, but they drafted one. So they got
Everything else was
uh,
everything else was a lot worse on their team. They had no one on defense except for Quinn and Williams.
yeah, I don't think the Jets did that improved much, and they went 2-14 last season. So I don't think they're going to be very good this year. And
Uh,
they also have a new
yeah,
coach, and a new coach the first year they don't
Robert
usually
Sala.
do. Yeah, Robert Sala. They don't usually do very good the first year, so I don't think they're going to be very good.
Okay, my 30 is actually different. My 30 is the Falcons. The Falcons have nobody. They need an entire rebuild. They traded away their best player in franchise history for a second round pick. Their offense was supposed to be amazing this year before Julio Jones decided to just not. Kyle Pitts will probably be great. Calvin Ridley's great, but Matt Ryan is declining fast. Their offensive line is either getting old or retiring. If you look on their defense, it's so sad, man. They have no one. They have Grady Jarrett. They have Grady Jarrett. That's it on defense, pretty much. And the linebacker, I can't remember the name of Deion Jones, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, 29.
I got the Jacksonville Jaguars at 29. Um, I mean they got a quarterback. Um, I think Trevor Lawrence could be good, but that's gonna take more than 1 year. And they also picked a running back in the first round, which I don't really think was a very good pick.
A
And
terrible pick.
they also got Urban Meyer as a coach, which I don't know if he's going to be a very good NFL coach. He could be, he also couldn't be, so I don't have much faith in that. And they have a rookie quarterback. I don't think their offensive line's very good. I don't think their receivers are very good. And I don't think their defense is very good, so I don't think they're going to be very good.
Yeah, I agree with you on pretty much all that. Yeah. Yeah, my 29 is the Jets. Pretty much everything you said, but I mean, Zach Wilson looks good. He looks like a good franchise QB in a long time. Joe Namath, really. That was their last like franchise QB, and that was in the '60s. Or Vinny Testaverde, I guess. But yeah, the Jets are terrible, but they got slightly less terrible. At least they can win a game. They showed that last year that they can actually win a game. Uh, but they're terrible. Honestly, like their peak is probably like 6 to 5 wins. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Good. Eh,
All right,
uh,
you're, you're chopping out.
For me, you're chopping out, but okay. What's your 28?
Um, the Falcons. Yeah, they traded away their best player. Kyle Pitts is gonna be good, but tight end's is a really hard position to transition from NFL to college. So it's gonna be, I don't know how good of a rookie year he will have. He'll be good, but I don't know if he'll be that good. And they traded away their best player, and yeah, I don't think their defense isn't very good. They have a good kicker, so there's that.
Yeah, they got Young away too. That's about it. Yeah,
Yeah,
my 28 is the Eagles. I might be biased here as a Cowboys fan, but the Eagles are terrible. Jalen Hurts is a question mark at best. My Miles Sanders overrated in my opinion. No real Jalen Rager's looking like a draft bust. Ante Smith might be good. Uh, their O line's getting really old. Really, they're all the good players are in their 30s. Jason Kelsey's contemplating retirement. Uh, and defense really isn't that great. Their only stud player really is Darius Slay, and he had a down year last year. So yeah, I think the Eagles are going to go last in the worst division in football.
yeah, I'd agree with that.
All right, 27.
I got the Denver Broncos. They don't have an offense. They have Drew Lock at quarterback, and I don't think he's very good. They could have picked Justin Fields, and they didn't. They picked a corner. They didn't even need a corner. They have a good defense. They don't have any offense. They still have Von Miller, who's good, but I don't know. I don't think they have a very good offense.
Yeah, I agree. Um, yeah, their offense is really holding them back. Uh, what what my 27?
Yep.
I have the Jaguars. Yeah, the Jaguar. Like you've already covered the Jaguars, really, but yeah, they don't have much. Their offensive line's mediocre. Trevor Lawrence is probably going to be good, but I don't know if that can. At least first year, I don't know if that can cover all the glaring flaws on this team. There's not a lot to talk about. Their only real stud on offense is DJ Chark. So yeah.
All right. For my 26, I had the New York Giants. New York Giants, they stink. They picked a receiver. I don't think they needed a receiver. Um, they didn't need a receiver. Um, yeah. They didn't really need a receiver. They needed offensive line. They didn't get it. Danny Dimes, I don't think he's very good. He's not. Um, yeah, their defense is pretty good, but I don't think their offense is very good.
Yeah. As a Cowboys fan, I couldn't agree with this more. Yeah. Okay. My 26 is the Panthers. Kind of controversial. They have a lot of pieces, but I have no faith in Sam Darnold. I don't think Sam Darnold's good. Kind of just what it is. Jeremy Chin, and they have a lot of players on defense. Brian Burns coming off a breakout season. Their defense is great, but I really think Sam Darnold's going to hold this team back to a sub 500 record.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I got him pretty
Who's
low
your 25?
too. Yeah, I got the Philadelphia Eagles too. Yeah, they're
Couldn't agree more.
the Eagles. Yeah, the last year they picked Jalen Reagor. They already picked another receiver. It's not very doesn't show a whole lot that you already picked your first round picks replacement. Yeah, as you said, their offensive line's really old. They have an okay running back, but if they have no good offensive line, they can't really block. Their receivers could be good, but I mean, I don't know. Their defense is not great. Yeah, it's not good. Yeah. And yeah, their offensive line was horrible last year. I believe Carson Wentz got sacked like 30 times or whatever.
And he didn't even start the whole season.
Yeah.
Okay. My 25 or whatever, yeah, it's 25 is the Broncos. Yeah, really, Drew Lock holding the team back. They did trade for Teddy Bridgewater, but he's not that big of an upgrade. Definitely a sub 500 record, and especially competing in my opinion, the second toughest division in football. There's no chance for the Broncos.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
What's
agree with that. So
24?
24 is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Their offensive line stinks. The receivers are TikTok stars. They have a really old quarterback who can't throw downfield. Their defense is good, but their offense will hold them back.
That's about right.
I mean, the 4-11 Bengals beat them, so I don't think they're going to be very good.
Okay. And my next, I want to apologize, but my next one is the Bengals. You got a lot of corners. Nobody really that significant on defensive line except for Trey Hendrickson. You lost Carl Lawson. And don't even. I don't want to talk about the offensive line for your sake, but I fear for Joe Burrow's life. But I think the Bengals are going to be great in a few years. You got to give it time.
Yeah. I got the Vikings at 23. Vikings.
Really?
Yeah. Kirk Cousins is average. It's not great.
Oh.
Receiver they got two good receivers, and they have Dalvin Cook, who's pretty good. He's probably like a top 10 running back. Their defense, I don't know if their defense is any good, to be honest.
No corners.
No corners.
That's about, but the rest of their defense is good. Okay, I disagree with you on that one a lot. Kirk Cousins, I think, is really underrated. Justin Jefferson broke the rookie receiving yards record. I think he's a future like top 5 receiver. Adam Thielen's a beast still at the age of like 31. But that's the only one I've like significantly disagreed with you so far with.
Yeah.
Okay, what my 23 is? Yeah, 23 is the Patriots. I have no faith in Mac Jones or Cam Newton. I hope Cam Newton's good. You know, Cam Newton is a reason that a lot of people got into football, but I don't think Cam's good anymore. His arm is dead. He looks like he's laboring whenever he throws the football. Defense. They have amazing corners, like ridiculous corners. They have J.C. Jackson, Jonathan Jones, and Stephon Gilmore. Other than that, I mean, nothing to write home about. I mean, you got Chase Winovich, but who cares? Uh, uh, yeah, I think Mac Jones. I think Mac Jones was overdrafted. Uh,
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
yeah,
He was like
yeah.
a second round pick.
Uh, well, really, I think he's gonna be a bust, but that's just me.
Yeah,
I don't
I
know if
think
he's
he
gonna be
was.
like
I think it was,
entirely
I
bust,
believe
but
he was carried by his receivers and running back
yeah, it was kind of hard to
and
do bad with
offensive
that
line
team.
and
Kind of
offensive
hard to
line.
not. I'd have been more impressed if he didn't win the national championship with that team. So I'm still salty that he beat Ohio State. So I'm
Yeah.
making him lower. Okay. You're 22.
22 is the Carolina Panthers. Yeah, they're all right. I don't know much. Sam Darnold could be good. I think he's all right. I didn't think he was very. He had a very good system in New York with Adam Gase, so we'll see if he can improve under an actual coach in Matt Rule. He could be good. He could not be. I don't know. Their defense is pretty good. So they have pretty good receivers. Their offensive line's pretty good. So I think they could be pretty good.
It's nothing amazing, and their offensive line's mediocre. Uh, really, I can see like a 7-10 record for them.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they're like 22.
Okay, my 22 is the New York Football Giants. And Daniel Jones is really holding this team back by a lot. It's weird because he's one of the fastest running back, not a running back. Well, he might as well be, but he's probably second fastest quarterback in the NFL next to Lamar Jackson. He can't throw at all, and he fumbles way too much. I think he's played like 28 career games and he's fumbled 29 times. That's can't be doing that. Yeah, you're fumbling. Like that's fumbling way too much. Saquon Barkley might never fully recover. Their offensive line is bad. Their defense got a lot better. James Bradbury had a breakout year, but it's not going to be able to make up for the glaring flaws on offense. I think Kenny Galladay and Darius Slayton make a great receiver combo. But, I don't think
They
it's going to be
also
able to
got
make up
that
for
first
it.
round pick guy. I don't know, even remember. He's from Florida.
Kadarius Toney, I don't really have faith in him.
Yeah, I
But
didn't think he was.
I'd be all right. He looks like a beast.
I don't even think he was the best receiver on the board when they took him.
Yeah, I mean, neither. I think Terrace Marshall Jr. is better.
Yeah, I liked Terrence Marshall and Rashad Bateman more.
Yeah, he looks like one of those players to me that was great in college, but probably won't translate to the NFL. But who knows? The Giants could win the NFC East. The NFC East isn't that hard to win.
Yeah.
Okay, you're 21.
I got the Cincinnati Bengals. So I know a lot about this team. Receiver, they got three good receivers. They should have probably the top receiving core in the AFC North. Running back, they got Joe Mixon, who I think is probably top 10 running back. Offensive line stinks. Um, I guess you hope Jackson Carman, the second round pick, can start at guard, and then their right tackle Riley Reef can be all right. And then your Jonah Williams at left tackle is okay. I guess you hope those are all right. And then quarterback
It's
Joe
really just
Burrow. I like Joe Burrow. I think he could be. I think he's a franchise quarterback. But he was injured last year, so I don't know how good he's gonna be this year. It can take a long time to recover from an ACL tear. And then defense, I think their defensive line can be all right. They signed Hendrickson. They drafted Osai in the third round, and then they drafted a bunch
Joseph
of
Osai.
Joseph Osai. They drafted a bunch of defensive linemen. Corner could be all right. They signed like a bunch of corners. I guess you hope some of them are all right. And then safety, they're really good at safety, and then linebacker. I don't know if they're very good at linebacker, but I don't think that really matters. So I got them 21.
All right, I can see that. My 21 is the Bears. I don't think Justin Fields is gonna. I think Justin Fields needs time to develop. That's kind of like my main reason for them being here. Really, no, Darnell Mooney is great, but Allen Robinson kind of. I mean, they had to sign him to the franchise tag. I don't know if he's going to be there for that much longer. Defense has taken a hit. They used to have, like 2 years ago, they had the best defense in the NFL, but then people just kept getting older. Khalil Mack's still a beast, arguably best, the best, but like one of the best pass rushers in the NFL, like top three. Uh, uh, but yeah, I can't see anything above a 500 record.
Yeah, I got the Bears higher. All right, 20. I got the what are they? The Las Vegas Raiders. Las Vegas. Their defense stinks. Their offensive line. They like released everyone on their offensive line for some reason, even though it was pretty good net last year. So I don't know. Don't know why they did that. They got a good tight end, Darren Waller. Receivers. They got pretty good receivers too. So they'll be 20th. They'll be average. Could be good, but it seems like they always choke in like the last couple of weeks. I think they were like 7. They started like 7-2, and they lost like 7 straight or something last year. So
Henry Ruggs isn't looking that good. Henry Ruggs still has a shot to be good, but he only got not even 400 receiving yards last year.
Yeah.
Actually, I also have the Raiders here. So yeah, pretty much everything you said. The defense actually somehow cost them a game against the Dolphins, where Magic threw that that pass while being face masked, like his neck almost came off. Hey, do you remember that play?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so their defense literally cost them a game in like how long, and then they also cost them that second game against the Chiefs. They're about to beat the Chiefs for the second time in the season, and the defense just let Travis Kelce get wide open. Their defense is the main reason the Raiders didn't make the playoffs. And they didn't really do that much to fix it. I like that they got Divine Diablo in the third round. Yeah. They traded away their whole offensive line for some reason. Alex Leatherwood was a reach. That's probably the worst pick in the. Or you know what? No, the Jaguars running back was the worst pick in the first round, but it was a close second.
Yeah, that was a reach.
So yeah,
there was better tackles than Leatherwood. Leatherwood was a second round pick.
Yeah. Okay, what's your 20?
You mean 19? 19 is the Los Angeles Chargers. I don't know. I probably put them too low, but I like their quarterback. I think Herbert's pretty good. Receivers, I believe they have a pretty good receiver. I can't even remember his name.
Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen, he's pretty good.
I got Mike.
They drafted an offensive lineman, Slater. He could be good. But he's a rookie. A rookie offensive lineman kind of struggles sometimes. Yeah. And then defense.
Yeah.
I think their defense is okay. They have Joey Bosa, so they got a good D line.
Defense is great.
Yeah, they got a good defense. But yeah, I don't know. I probably put them too low.
If Derwin James can stay healthy, then defense is gonna be great.
Yeah.
Okay, my 19 is my Dallas Cowboys. We suck. Yeah. Really, there's not on paper shouldn't be that bad, but our defense is god awful. Dak Prescott was forced to. He was actually last year. He was on pace to break the passing yards record, throw for 6,900 yards, which is ludicrous. But just because the defense kept letting up points, when you're on pace for to throw for 6,900 yards and 40-something touchdowns, and you still have a losing record, that's a sign that maybe your defense is like terrible. The Cowboys defense is holding us back. They have like a second best receiving core in the NFL, pretty much only topped by the Buccaneers. CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, Amari Cooper. That's a great receiving core. Our offensive line, if they're healthy again, whatever. We need to trade Tyron Smith. He's just guaranteed to be injured at this point. Yeah, sounds like Dallas.
All right, I got
Okay, what's
18.
your
I got the Arizona Cardinals. The Arizona Cardinals, they got a good receiving core with I can't remember any of these dudes' names. It's like
Andre Hopkins, Larry
DeAndre
Fitzgerald, and
Hopkins.
AJ Green?
Yeah, and they got those dudes, and then they got Kyler Murray, first overall pick. He's kind of been inconsistent. I think he could become consistent now that it's third year. He should be able
I
to make a jump and become better.
blame that
Offensive,
more on Cliff Kingsbury.
yeah, Cliff Kingsbury's. I don't know if he's that good of a coach. He's an alright coach, but I don't know if he's really that good of a head coach. I think he's more of an offensive coordinator. Um, Offensive line, I don't really know. I think it's okay. I think it's average.
It
Um,
is, yeah.
and then defense, I I don't. They got Zaven Collins, and then that was their first round pick. I think their defense is pretty average.
Chandler Jones and Isaiah Simmons.
Yeah. So I think it's like pretty average. They got
Oh,
some
and
good
that guy
players, some average players. So it's probably like
and
average
Byron
plus.
Murphy. I put
Yeah.
them higher than that, but but you know. Okay, and next up I have the Steelers. I probably put them too high, looking back at it, but yeah, they obviously had a ridiculously easy schedule. That's the only reason they went 11-0. Ben Roethlisberger's declining. He can't throw deep anymore. They lost a lot of their O line. But their defense is actually pretty good. They got Devin Bush, T.J. Watt. I don't know if they re-signed Joe Hayden, but
They did.
they also lost Mike Hilton. So they did lose some things on defense, but overall their defense is pretty good. And they do keep finding ways to win games. I think they got a good coach. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think around. I probably put them too high, but I kind of have a feeling they have a shot at the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't really like their offense that much. Their defense is still pretty good. There is some question marks at corner though, because they released I think their second best corner. Um,
Their
yeah.
best.
So yeah.
Okay, who's your 17? Are we 17 now?
17. I got the Miami Dolphins. Now I don't know. I probably put them too low. Um, the Dolphins, they're all right. I don't. Their offensive line was really bad last year. Tua, I didn't think he was very good last year. They kept putting in Ryan Fitzpatrick in like the important situations, so that shows you how much faith they had in Tua. So I don't know how good he is. He could be good. I don't really know. We'll see. Um, Receivers, I think they're pretty good. They also have a good tight end. Defense, they have a really good defense. But I don't know how good. I don't. We'll have to see how good Tua is.
I don't completely disagree with that. All right, my next team is the Vikings. I said I thought you put the Vikings way too low. Justin Jefferson potential to be a stud. He could be like a top 5 receiver in the NFL. Adam Thielen's still great. Alvin Cook, I thought you were really understating it by saying top 10 running back. I'd say like top 5 at least. Uh, Last year he did like amazing.
Top
Like it
five.
almost
I
looked
don't know about
effortless. They burnt the Packers. Their O line is young. It's mediocre, but it's young, so it's probably going to get a lot better. They didn't really lose anything on defense. They still got Eric Kendricks, Danielle Hunter. Their corners are kind of bad. Jeff Gladney is kind of looking like a bust right now, but we'll see. Uh, they lost Anthony Harris. That's about it. And Anthony Harris is like 29 now. So,
Yeah, I don't think
uh,
Dalvin Cook's a top 5 running back. I think there's way better ones.
I think they got a shot at the playoffs.
Maybe. I don't really think Dalvin
Okay.
Cook's. I think Dalvin Cook's okay, but I think I like Alvin Kamara better. I like shoot, I don't even know. Never mind.
Derrick Henry, Nick
Yeah,
Chubb,
Derrick Henry.
really.
Uh,
That's the only people I'd put above him: Derrick Henry, Alvin Kamara, and Nick Chubb.
I don't know. I'd have to look. Um, all right, for my 16, I got the Cowboys. Probably too high. They have a terrible defense. Terrible, atrocious. Terrible. They have no pass rush, no corners. I guess they might have decent
Trayvon Diggs.
They might have decent linebackers. Not great.
Trayvon Diggs.
Offense, they have a good offense, but they have a terrible defense. So unless you're gonna score 50 points every game, you're not gonna make the playoffs.
Who knows? In the NFC East, I mean, that might be possible.
Yeah, maybe they probably can make the playoffs because the NFC East stinks.
The NFC East is horrible, but corners is for the most part true. But we did get Kelvin Joseph in the second round, and Trayvon Diggs had 3 interceptions last year.
Well,
So we had some safeties, Donovan Wilson, but
one of your corners. So
yeah, Chidobe Awuzie. I still miss him. Yeah, I still miss Chidobe Awuzie, but yeah, really, that was our biggest loss in the offseason. So I agree with this. Maybe a little bit too high, but I can see Cowboys there.
all right, 15. I got the Indianapolis Colts.
Well, is it my turn?
I don't know. Is it? Maybe. Go ahead.
Yeah, you just talked about the Cowboys.
Yeah, go. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, I had Steelers. We talked about the Steelers already. We get it. Or wait, no.
Wait, did you talk about your 16?
What are we on?
16.
Wait, what?
16.
Okay, Chargers. Yeah, you've talked about the Chargers. I think you put them low.
I don't put them at 19.
That's pretty much. The Chargers got a lot of talent, but they kind of suck. They kind of suck every year, but kind of got to put that on coaching. Anthony Lynn got fired. A good new head coach. Yeah, I think the Chargers have a shot at the playoffs.
All right, I got 15. I got the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts, they are pretty good. They're above average, so that's good. Colts, they have Carson Wentz at quarterback. We'll see if you get 2018 Carson Wentz or you get 2020 Carson Wentz. If you get MVP Carson Wentz, it could be good. They get 2020, they're probably not going to be very good. Offensive line, they have like one of the best offensive lines in football with Quentin Nelson, and I think they got a good center too. And receivers, they still have T.Y. Hilton. He's getting kind of old though, and they got Michael Pittman, who was pretty good last year. And then defense, they have Darius Leonard, who's like one of the best linebackers. Corner, I believe they're good at corner too, and they're good at D line. So.
Forrest Buckner, yeah, in my opinion, the second best defense. So you just finished up with your 15, right?
Yep.
Okay, my 15 is Washington. Third, maybe second best defense in the NFL. Only really topped by the Rams or the Colts. But their offense, I mean, I have faith in Fitzmagic, but really, considering this is my highest ranking for an NFC East team, that should just speak to how bad the division is. We're only at 15, and I've already finished the entirety of the NFC East. Yeah, Chase Young is obviously like possibly a future Hall of Famer. Yeah, Washington has a lot of potential. Really, all comes down to their offense. I like Logan Thomas. Terry McLaurin is like borderline top 10 receiver. Their O line's pretty bad. Yeah, they have a lot of potential. In my opinion, definitely the best team in the NFC East, which isn't that hard.
Yeah, I agree with that. 14, I got the Saints. I don't know. I just don't trust their quarterbacks. I mean, Jameis Winston, he threw 30 interceptions in 2019. I don't really trust that Taysom Hill. I don't really think he's a starting quarterback. I don't really trust either of those. And they didn't draft a quarterback, or if they did, it was like 5th round in book. So
Ian Book.
I don't really trust them. I don't trust that. They got a good defense. Good. I think their offensive line's pretty good. Good receivers. Good everything. I just don't know about their quarterback.
Yeah, I got the Saints too. Weirdly. Yeah. Same thing with Jameis. I think there's a shot if Jameis Winston really did learn from Drew Brees. I think there's a shot Jameis is in like MVP contention, but I think he's an equally good shot of being inconsistent. So, yeah, the Saints are really a hit or miss team, and I think that's really what 14 should be.
Yeah, I think they could either be like 13-3 or be like 8-8 or 8-9 or whatever.
Marshawn Lattimore got in trouble or something. I don't know. I read something about that, but
well, I mean, I
yeah,
I don't think it will be that bad.
hit or miss team. Okay,
13.
what's
I got 13. So 13. I got the Washington football team too. I like their defense a lot. I like Chase Young. I think they have a really good defensive line. Pretty good linebackers. Corners, I don't really know. Safeties, don't know. I think they're good enough, but it doesn't really matter. And then yeah, it's their only question is really offensive line and quarterback. I like Fitzmagic. I don't know if he's a starter. I think he could. We'll see. I guess. I think he's been a career backup his whole career. So we'll see if he's a
no, he hasn't.
starter. What? Yeah,
Fitzmagic started. No, Fitzmagic started on like every team he's ever been on.
But he's still a backup.
I mean, yeah, now he is, but there was a time where he was definitely a starter.
All right, whatever. But I think he could be good. But I don't know if he's that good. Offensive line, they're not great. They're pretty bad. But and then they got Terry McLaurin. Got Terry McLaurin. He's a top 10, top 15 receiver. Running back, I believe they have Gibson. I think that's his name, Gibson. I think he's pretty okay.
Antonio Gibson.
Yeah, I think he was pretty good as a rookie.
He was in like rookie of the year contention.
Yeah, so he's good. So they're 12 or 13.
All right, my 13 is the Dolphins. They went 10-6 last year. Really, they should have made the playoffs, but the AFC was really competitive. Like any other year, they make the playoffs. I have faith in Tua. Like there was a thing that went viral about him throwing 6 interceptions at training camp. Really, there was no context there. Like there's a lot of ways you can throw 6 interceptions and not be your fault.
Yeah, true.
But even if it was his fault, I mean, Tua is a huge question mark. The rest of the team can arguably make up for him. And Tua has had signs of greatness. I mean, like that game against the Chiefs, he was going like head to head with Mahomes, and honestly, I taught Mahomes in that game. Mahomes threw 3 interceptions. It's Dolphins defense. So yeah, I have faith in the Dolphins. I think they're going to make the playoffs. Yeah, I think the Dolphins are good.
Yeah, I would agree with that. All right, 12. I got the Chicago Bears. The Bears, they got a really good defense. They got Khalil Mack. They got people. I don't really know. I just know they have a good defense. They had a good defense last year, but they didn't have a good quarterback. And I think I hope one of their 3 quarterbacks can be good. Whether it's Nick Foles, Andy Dalton, or Justin Fields, I think one of them will be good. Good enough to make them the playoffs. Got good enough receivers, good running back. I don't know. They got an average offensive line, so I think if one of their quarterbacks is decent, they can make the playoffs.
Yeah, I probably put them a little bit too low, but I don't know about the playoffs.
Well, 12 is the playoffs, so 14 and higher is playoffs.
Yeah. Okay. What? Next, my 12. I think is that what we're on.
Yeah.
12 is the Seahawks. I think Seahawks got a lot worse. Jamal Adams is still a great player, but I don't think he was worth the mountain of draft picks they gave to the Jets. And on top of that, Marcus May, who's a starting safety in his own, and he got more interceptions than Jamal Adams. But yeah, defense was nicknamed the Legion of Room for how bad it was last year. Russell Wilson is great until he's not. DK Metcalf, overrated in my opinion. I saw an article that said DK Metcalf's already better than Rice, Megatron, and Terrell Owens. That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. That might be the worst hot take I've ever seen in my life. But yeah, I still think Tyler Lockett is better than Metcalf. I think the Seahawks are going to be in the playoffs, but they are in the toughest division in football. So who knows?
Yeah. I got 11. I got the Packers. The Packers, I don't know. I mean, they could be good. They got Jordan Love at quarterback. I didn't really like Jordan Love. I don't know. I guess Aaron Rodgers could play. I don't really think he will, but if they don't trade him, I mean, I don't know. I don't really know. They got Jordan Love. I believe they lost their center. So I don't know how good their offensive line is going to be. The receivers, they got Devontae Adams and they got Robert Tonyan at tight end. And then at defense, they got good corners and Jair Alexander. Defensive line, I think is pretty good. So they got good defense. Only question is quarterback.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you right now, I have Packers higher because I'm assuming that Aaron Rodgers will play for them. So, yeah. My 11 is the Cardinals. I don't. I don't like Cliff Kingsbury. He's the team. He's the thing that's holding this team back. The Cardinals have so much talent now. I think it has to be the year where they can finally put it together. They had the best play of all of last year. The Hail Murray. I nearly I almost fainted when I saw that. Yeah, the Cardinals have a lot of talent. In my opinion, the best receiver in football, DeAndre Hopkins. They had AJ Green, who is
Washed
whatever. Larry Fitzgerald somehow is still good, even though he's like. It says that what it says on ESPN that he's like 37 or something. I think they got that mixed up. I think he's 73. But yeah, Larry Fitzgerald is still going. The defense is good. Chandler Jones is getting older, but he's still good. So yeah, I got the Cardinals making the playoffs.
Yeah. Number 10, I got the New England Patriots. I don't know. I mean, they spent a bunch of money in free agency. We'll see. Cam Newton, we'll see if he's any good. He could be good. We'll see if he can get back to 2015 Cam Newton. They got a good coach in Bill Belichick, so their defense is gonna be good, but it'll be up to the quarterback.
I probably put them a little bit low, but I don't know about that high.
Yeah.
Okay. My number 10 is the Colts. Carson Wentz is the big question mark here, but even then, I think they can just hand the ball off to Jonathan Taylor like a million times a game and still win with that defense. So I don't think Carson Wentz even has to do that much. He just really has to be there. The rest of the Colts can honestly carry him. But even if Carson Wentz is good again, which good for them, I guess, but screw the Eagles. Yeah, then it's even better because then they're like a Super Bowl contender. So I think the Colts are really good.
Yeah. Number 9, I got the Seattle Seahawks. I don't really know. They got Jamal Adams. They got Carlos Dunlap. They got not a great defense. Their offense is pretty good, but they still have a crappy offensive line. They never. I don't think they ever addressed that. So it's still gonna really be all up to Russell Wilson. See how good he is. I mean, 9's probably too high, but it'll be up to Russell Wilson because they drafted a receiver, even though they didn't really need a receiver. They should have drafted offensive line. That wasn't a good pick. So
Yeah, I agree. And they only had 3 picks of all of last draft, so.
and they picked receiver, even though they have
Okay,
Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf.
yeah, okay. At number 9, I have the Ravens. Yeah, I think the Ravens are really good. Lamar, inconsistent in the beginning of the year, but then near the end of the year, Lamar got amazing. They, in my opinion, the best game of the year against the Browns. Like week 13 or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's not that much to say. I mean, they're just really good. J.K. Dobbins, obviously. Now he might have his breakout season now that he's not sitting behind Mark Ingram. Receiver is a big problem, but they did address that.
Yeah.
Defense, if I remember, is still really good. I mean, Campbell's getting really old, but they replaced him with a guy away in the first round. So yeah, there's a lot of potential on the Ravens. They could go to the Super Bowl. I mean, if it kind of falls on Lamar, depending on if he's inconsistent again.
Yeah. Number 8,
Okay.
got the Tennessee Titans. The Tennessee Titans. This is all up to their defense. It's all up to their defense. It's all about their defense. If their defense can be good, I think they can go to Super Bowl. If their defense stinks like it did last year, I don't really know where they'll go. Their defense was god awful last year. They're gonna have a good offense again. They have Julio and AJ Brown, 2 of the probably top 20 receivers.
The top 15.
Top 15, whatever you want to say. It depends on where you rank Julio because he's kind of old now. Yeah, it's all up to their defense. They did draft a corner and they signed Bud Dupree, so I guess they did that. We'll see about their defense. I think their offense will be good, but it'll be up to their defense.
And they lost Jadeveon Clowney. Yeah. Okay. My 8 is the Packers. I think they're gonna have Aaron Rodgers, but I think the NFC Championship really showed their flaws against another great team. But then again, I might actually put the Packers higher, but I put them here pretty much just depending on if Aaron Rodgers plays, which I think he will. But the Packers have so much talent. Devontae Adams, like top 2 wide receiver. Robert Tonyan, underrated. Line. They have a great line now. They did lose Corey Linsley, who I would have re-signed over Corey Linsley if I was them, but really their only significant loss was Corey Linsley, and they might have a much more significant loss in Aaron Rodgers. But the Packers are a huge question mark right now.
Yeah, I think they could be
and that
good. I think
yeah.
I mean, I put them at 11, but I think they could be better than 11. It'll be up to whether Aaron Rodgers does decide to quit or whatever and opt out, or they trade him, or if he does play. Because I don't really like Jordan Love that much.
I mean, neither.
He was not good in college at Utah State, but somehow he was a first round pick. I don't know how that works. 7, got the LA Rams. The LA Rams are a good defense. They're really good. They got Aaron Donald. They got
Like Hall of Famer, yeah.
Yeah, Hall of Fame. They got Jalen Ramsey, probably top 5 corner, top, and they got Aaron Donald. They got really good defense. Probably like top 2 defense.
Our only loss on it was really John Johnson.
Yeah. They also got and then they also got Matt Stafford, who's gonna be good, I think, because Matt Stafford's gonna be good, and then they got 2 good receivers in Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods. They got a good running back in Cam Akers, and then they got an okay offensive line. So I think I got them number 7.
Okay, my number 7 is the Cleveland Browns. This is the best they've been since they came back in the league. They're Super Bowl contenders. I think Baker's great. Yeah, I have a lot of faith in this team. They just got their first playoff win in I don't even know how long. 20-year playoff drought or something. But yeah, the Browns are. They got John Johnson in free agency, so the Browns only got better. Yeah, the Browns are Super Bowl contenders in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. So my number 6 is the Baltimore Ravens. So Baltimore, all right. So Baltimore, they got Lamar at quarterback, and then they got Shaw Bateman and Marquise Brown at receiver. So and then they got Mark Andrews at tight end. So they got good, and they got J.K. Dobbins at running back. So they got good skill positions. Their offensive line, it's average. It could be good. I'm pretty sure they let go of some of their players, so we'll see. I believe their defensive line, they lost like Matt Judon and Yannick Ngakoue, so they lost 2 edge rushers, but they did draft Odefa Owe, so we'll see if he's any good. Um, he's got potential, but I don't know if he's gonna be good this year. Linebacker, they got the dude from LSU. I don't remember his name. He's from LSU.
Kirk Queen.
Yeah, Patrick Queen. They got him. And then corner, they have like probably the best corners in the NFL in Marlon Humphrey and Marcus Peters. Those are probably the best corners. And yeah. So they got a good defense, good quarterback. Receivers, question mark, and offensive line is a question mark, but I think they'll be good.
Yeah, all right, I can see that. Okay, here I have the Niners. Obviously, the injuries really held them back last year. Actually, it was the only thing that held them back last year. Injuries ruined their entire team. That's the reason they didn't go to the playoffs. Literally everyone on their team got injured. It was ridiculous. But yeah, the Niners obviously made the Super Bowl 54. Had a shot last year if their entire team didn't lose all their limbs. I don't know if Trey Lance is going to be able to take them to the Super Bowl, but I think they're definitely going to get close. Still one of the best defenses, even with the loss of DeForest Buckner. Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk are really young and really good. So yeah, and Raheem Mostert. Raheem Mostert had a breakout season. And then they got what's the Ohio State running back they got in like the 4th round? I can't. What's his name?
Trey Sermon.
Trey Sermon. Yeah, thanks. So they got Trey Sermon. So the Niners are set for the long term. I don't know if they're going to make the Super Bowl this year. I think they're going to get close.
Yeah,
stay healthy.
Yeah, I agree with that. So, yeah, my number 5 is the 49ers. So, yeah, last year they got, like, literally all injured. So, I don't even know. I don't count last year for the 49ers. And In 2019, they went to the Super Bowl, so I think they're Super Bowl contenders. They got a good defense. They did lose Robert Salah as their DC, so we'll see about their defensive coaching, but I think it'll still be fine. They got a good coach in Shanahan, so he's got a good offensive scheme. We'll see about Jimmy G / Trey Lance. We'll see who starts there. We'll see. You would think you would start Trey Lance, but I don't know if they will. And they got good receivers, good running backs, good, all right offensive line, so they'll be good.
All right. My number 5 is the Tennessee Titans. Again, that defense is a question mark, but their offense can definitely carry that. Okay. It's a ridiculous offense. In my opinion, third best receiver in the NFL, Julio Jones. Top 15 wide receiver, AJ Brown. Yeah, they have they lost their tight end. I'm not sure who their tight end is now, but still, like, Ryan Tannehill. As long as Ryan Tannehill can just be good and just kind of throw it up to Julio and AJ Brown, I think they got it. And, I almost forgot about Derrick Henry, who ran for 2,000 yards last year, and probably best running back in the NFL. In my opinion, it's still Christian McCaffrey, though. But yeah, the Titans' offense is going to be unstoppable.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. Shoot, give me, damn it. My number, what was it? What are we? Number 4 is the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo, they are good. They're a good team. So yeah, Buffalo, they got Josh Allen at quarterback and Stephon Diggs at receiver. Probably one of the best quarterback wide receiver duos. Running back, I don't know if they have a good running back. I think it's average.
Oh wait, who?
Who's Buffalo's running back?
Devin Singletary.
Is he good?
Zach Moss. Yeah, he's good, but Zach Moss is probably going to take his job.
Yeah, so there you go. You got those guys at running back in Buffalo. They got a good offensive line in Buffalo. Good receivers, good running back, great quarterback who's probably MVP candidate. And they got a good defense too. So Buffalo, Super Bowl contenders in the AFC.
Okay, up here I have the Rams. Best defense in the NFL. Aaron Donald, future Hall of Famer. Matthew Stafford was really the thing that can tip this team over the edge and get them to the Super Bowl. For Cup's great. Top 20. Wide receiver, probably. Robert Woods, I don't think is that good, but, he's all right. I almost said Robert Tonyan. Gerald Everett, I think, is the Rams tight end still. I'm not sure if they let him go.
I think he left.
He's pretty good. They have a great O-line. Rams are Super Bowl contenders, in my opinion. Yeah. Okay, you're number 3.
Number 3 is the Cleveland Browns. As you said, they are the best team since they relocated to Baltimore. They're the best team since they relocated to Baltimore. Baker Mayfield's franchise quarterback. Probably the best running back tandem in the league in Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. Probably the two best running back tandem in the league. They have probably top 5, maybe the best offensive line in football. Definitely top 5 offensive line in football. And then they got Odell, who could be good. He is coming off an ACL tear, so we'll see about him. And they also drafted some receivers, so we'll see how they are. And then defense, they did get Jadeveon Clowney to team up with Myles Garrett, so they could be the best defensive line in football. They could be. We'll see. They drafted a linebacker in JOK. I don't know if he's any good. He's from Notre Dame. I think he was supposed to be good. Yeah, so he's supposed to be good. So they
Supposed to
drafted
be like a mid-first.
they drafted I believe I think they drafted their top two players in defense. They drafted corner from Northwestern, and they drafted the linebacker JOK from Notre Dame. So they try to improve their defense a lot. They also signed John Johnson III from the Rams, so they should have a better defense. And that was one of their big problems last year was their defense. So you hope their defense can improve and they can maybe make the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they could have honestly made it to the AFC Championship if it wasn't for that dumb call by the refs. That blatant helmet to helmet that was uncalled. They had a shot at beating the Chiefs.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're definitely Super Bowl contenders. I could have honestly put them higher. Okay, my number 3 is the Bills. I think this team is going to be unstoppable. Josh Allen. I don't understand people that don't think Josh Allen's a top 5 QB. People are saying, "Oh, he only had one good year." He's only started 2 years. What do you mean?
Yeah.
But he literally threw for more touchdowns in Gillette Stadium than Cam Newton did all season in 2 games. Yeah, Josh Allen's a beast. Stephon Diggs, top 5 receiver in the NFL, if you ask me. Great O-line. Deion Dawkins underrated in my opinion. Dawson Knox, another underrated player. He's their tight end. And they got Cole Beasley too. Cole Beasley's great. The Bills are Super Bowl contenders. Their defense got a lot better. I got the Bills at number 3.
Yeah, I think the Bills will be really good. Super Bowl contenders. I'd say probably all my top 8 are Super Bowl contenders. So, number 2 is the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs. So, they spent a lot of money trying to improve their offensive line, trading for Orlando Brown Jr. and signing
Kyle Long came back.
They got Kyle Long. They also signed Joe Tooney from the Patriots. So they spent a bunch of money in draft picks, fixing their offensive line, which was their biggest problem last year. So I think their offensive line could be top 5 in football. They got Clyde Edwards, the running back, who was a first round pick 2020. We'll see. I think he was good last year, so he could be good. So I think he'll improve this year. And they got Patrick Mahomes, probably the second best quarterback in football. Second best quarterback in football. And then you got and then in defense you got Tyrann Mathieu. You got good D line and good defense. So number 2 is the Kansas City Chiefs.
Number 2, I'm pretty sure we just got the same number 1 and number 2. So should we just talk about it all at once? Just kind of compare.
Sure.
We both have Buccaneers Chiefs at number 1 and 2, right?
Yeah, number 1 is the Buccaneers. Buccaneers, they got the best quarterback of all time in Tom Brady. Great offensive line, great receivers. Good running back.
Okay.
Defense, they got a really good defense, really good D-line, really good linebackers, good corners, and good safeties. So they're a great team. The problem is I don't think a team has won back-to-back Super Bowls since, I don't know, the 90s or something.
Yeah. Okay, I wanted to do this both at once for a reason. I have the Buccaneers at 2 and the Chiefs at 1. In my opinion, Mahomes, best quarterback in the league by a lot. Rodgers won MVP. He had a better season. Maybe not by a lot, but, Rodgers number 2, Mahomes number 1 for me. Tyreek Hill, it's unfair. He's a cheat code. Okay, Tyreek Hill is ridiculously fast. They fixed their O line. Now they have one of the best O lines in the league because what they did in free agency. Still one of the best defenses in the league. But I think I think Buccaneers edged them out in defense. I think the Buccaneers might also edge them out in receivers and O line. But it's not by that much, and I think Mahomes is better than Brady right now enough to beat him in the Super Bowl. I think that in a Chiefs Buccaneers game, I have more faith in the Chiefs right now. Buccaneers are still good. They could very well be better than Chiefs. I could be wrong. Okay, but I think they fixed their O line enough to where I think the Chiefs can beat the Buccaneers now.
I also put the
That's just me,
Buccaneers
though.
one because they are the defending Super Bowl champs. So I think if the Chiefs would have won, they would be number one, but they lost, so I'm gonna take the Buccaneers first.
I know, but the Buccaneers are the same team. Well, I think the Chiefs added a lot more, made themselves a lot better.
They're the
But
same team that won the Super Bowl.
you know, okay, so yeah, we got it. Okay, so what are we ending the video now?
I guess we can review it. So my 32 was the Texans, 31 Lions, 30 Jets, 29 Jags, 28 Falcons, 27 Broncos, 26 Giants, 25 Eagles, 24 Steelers, 23 Vikings, 22 Panthers, 21 Bengals, 20 Raiders, 19 Chargers, 18 Cardinals, 17 Dolphins, 16 Cowboys, 15 Colts, 14 Saints, 13 Washington, 12 Bears, 11 Packers, 10 Patriots, 9 Seahawks, 8 Titans, 7 Rams, 6 Ravens, 5 49ers, 4 Bills, 3 Browns, 2 Chiefs, 1 Buccaneers.
Partridge in a pear tree.
Yep.
Okay, mine is 32 Texans, 31 Lions, 30 Falcons, 29 Jets, 28 Eagles, 27 Jaguars, 26 Carolina, 25 Broncos, 24 Bengals, 23 Patriots, 22 Giants, 21 Bears, 20 Raiders, 19 Cowboys, 18 Steelers, 17 Vikings, 18 Chargers, 15 Washington, 14 Saints, 13 Dolphins, 12 Seahawks, 11 Cardinals, 10 Colts, 9 Ravens, 8 Packers, 7 Browns, 6.
That was the end of the podcast. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And the reason it abruptly ended was because Lucius's mic did die, so we had to end it quickly. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and peace.